Welcome to another episode of National Divorce Talk Raw. As we have been extensively covering with the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade being released, two predictions that we've made at Yes California for years have massively come true. Number one, people never forgot about Calexit. Maybe they left the movement, but they never forgot. And number two, whenever America fails, Californians automatically come running back to Calexit. We're going to show you a Twitter stream and about 30 comments, and we'll cover them in detail that literally proves those 2 points. When we got big in 2017, February 2017, and 32% of Californians said secede immediately, with 47.5 saying they were open to the discussion. You know, we had some intrigue and some espionage and other stuff like that. Maybe people left the movement, but we said they never stopped believing. Nobody ever told us they stopped believing. Nice hat. Oh, that's a new one. And so we're going to show you a bunch of tweets of people who are not part of Calexit, not part of the movement. We don't know who they are. We've never talked to them. And yet they're all saying the exact same thing that we said, and they're all Californians. So how did all these people that weren't in the movement and we've had no conversation with borrow all of our exact same talking points without coordinating with us? Unless the theory that we said that everybody still believes is out there. We're also going to highlight a couple tweets from multiple people who said, I remember the previous Calexit movement, also proving the point that nobody ever forgot. So we're going to prove to you that Californians come running to Calexit whenever America fails, something we predicted many times, and that nobody forgot about the Calexit movement, something we've also predicted. Now we have the hard proof. Well, I'll get into that in 1 second, but first check this out. Now, with us on the screen is Jason Wright. We're going to get to Jason Wright, CEO of Yes California, longtime Calexit member since the big move in 2017 in just a minute. But let me and get his expert commentary on what these people are saying and what it means. But first, I want to show you this. And let's go to share screen. Okay. So this is on Twitter. We just typed in Calexit. And here's all the people talking about Calexit. You're going to notice a lot of Yes California responding directly to them. That's right. That's Jason Wright, as CEO of Yes California and editor-in-chief of the Yes California Facebook and Twitter pages. He's been doing a lot to interact with all of these people we've never met before. And they're saying, Calexit, Calexit, let's Calexit, let's Calexit, let's Calexit. So I just wanted to show you where we're getting these comments from, Calexit. Now let's go to an actual list of the comments. We'll go in detail. Okay, so you should see an Excel sheet with a variety of, yep, there you go. Okay. So, Jason, you can unmute yourself, but I'm just going to read. I'm going to show everybody these tweets individually, one by one, so you can see each one, and then we're going to read them. So let me just get started. And Jason, if you have any comments on anything people are saying, interrupt, jump on in.
Well, I have one, and it's an observation, but I am going to save it until after we've made it through this list because I think it will hit just a little bit harder. I just want everyone to know that I'm fighting the urge to say it now.
Okay. Observation is coming. Wait for that. He made a marker saying, I got a great observation. He'll show us in a second. And if you come up with any other comments as we're going along, please jump in. Slow Good said, how about Calexit? This is not America anymore. Spencer Shanson says, welcome to the United States of Christian Taliban. Ready to secede yet? Calexit. Evan says, Calexit now. The full HT Experience Live says, remember when they were demanding a vote for 2016 election? Remember Calexit? You're going to see a lot of it, and it's always going to be highlighted in red. Those are the people saying, remember, I never forgot. Mycroft at Diogenes, time for California to secede. Mr. Gold Teeth, sign the petition. This is untenable and a tyranny, Calexit. Some guy called Calexit at JJH335. It is California and it's not close. It's time to Calexit. You're canceled. I can't believe I'm going to live through Calexit. Dan Richardson. I'm still serious. Calexit or whatever. This is the only healthy future for us. Okay. Michael Pekarar, stop trying to make Gilead happen. Calexit. David Nawaezi. The fall of Roe has some wondering if there might be a revival of the California secession movement. Gary Linser, time to revive the Calexit movement. Michael Pekarar, I believe it's time to dust off the Calexit movement. Oh, I think we got him twice. Fancy Hat, I hate to say it, but I think being half ironically into the Calexit thing when I was a teenager left a pretty big mark on my politics today. Damian Goodman, the Confederacy remains alive as MAGA. So why are we staying with these sexist, racist MFs with their undemocratic Senate and Electoral College and illegitimate Supreme Court Calexit now? He's talking about the tyranny of the minority and that the Constitution allows unfair representation to rural counties at the expense of the urban coastal regions, something we have been saying extensively at Calexit. Thank you, Damian Goodman, for backing up a point we've made repeatedly. Joshua McMinn, frankly, this kangaroo court of the U.S. is going to end this country. In the long term, this country founded on slavery deserves to die, but it's going to be chaotic in the short term. Free California, Calexit. All right, let's go to some more comments. There's a ton. An actual wad of meat. America's over. I pray for a successful Calexit so that we can save our state from this expletive. Truth? Well, I guess we'd be full Handmaid's Tale shortly. Calexit time. Handmaid's Tale is the show a lot of women in California like about how they lost all their rights and they're forced to be little more than breeding vehicles. Workers unite. At this point, I would go even further. Calexit. Marty Koch, coach. It is now time for Calexit. I don't want these faces to oppress California in any way. There seems to be no choice. Marty Koch. Joe Beef, CA Governor, we are the 5th largest economy in the world. We have everything we need here at home, California, including basic human rights. It's time for Calexit. Selling Luna ticket. Can we please bring back the Calexit thing? See, another reference to the past. Sir Grabs a Lot, Lord Rupert, Calexit. Maxine Dugan, it's time for Calexit from the USA, such as it is. Second City Bureaucrats, see also Calexit in opposition to each state receiving 2 senators. Second City Bureaucrat pointing out the tyranny of the minority, as we pointed out. Girl Boss Scout Cookies, I'm for Calexit now. Bartholomew Malo Glass, Calexit now, more than ever. James Whitlow Delano, time for Calexit. Desert Girl, Calexit, it's time. Purna Lal, asking again, can we Calexit? That's another person who remembers. Tarox, Calexit right now. Diva Hazarika, yes, get as much free military stuff as possible before Calexit. Joshua McMinn, yes, although I prefer that my state become independent from the dead weight anchor that is the U.S. Calexit. Charlie, BLM, we need a Calexit before our precious state is drained of all its resources and wealth to fund a nation that doesn't stand to uphold human rights. Bella Rose, united, we do not stand. United, we do not stand. United, we do not stand. Bella Rose. I am ready for California to break away from all the red BS. Calexit. Hope Girl, too soon to talk about Calexit? No, Hope Girl, it is not. It's the appropriate time. All right, here we go. Bob Loblaw. Can we Calexit now, please? Paul Francis Sullivan. Calexit is sounding better and better. NECA. With the U.S. changing, do you think Calexit is something that can happen? Rain Brewer. Calexit, please. Joshua Sven. United States, my expletive. Lol. I'm so serious. I'm so serious when I talk about Calexit. That's another person saying I'm so serious. Annie C. Truth. Ready to blue state it out of here. The United States. Calexit. AstraZeneca. Calexit. Miss Piggy. Apologist. Come on, Calexit. You're my only hope. Nerds Garage, can we please revisit Calexit? Another reference to the past. It's clear where things are heading. PJ, Calexit has never seemed more logical or sounded so good. Time to unhitch our wealthy wagon from this moronic mule train. Matt Lieberman, someone please tell me why California benefits from staying in the U.S. The U.S. is going backwards every day. Matt Lieberman, you have the exact same talking point as the Texas nationalist movement. They've always said, ask your people, if you were independent, would you want to join the U.S.? Well, here's Matt Lieberman in California saying, hell no. California's rich enough to be its own nation. Calexit, that's from Zach Kemper. Deb Loftus, Girl Pack Prods at Calexit. Miss Michelle, Roe v. Wade, I'd say it's time to truly look for a Calexit and leave the rest of the country to figure it out. Aaron Triple Vaxxed. Any Californians looking with renewed interest? There you go. Reference in the past. Geneva Duke, time to get on that California secession now. Calexit, Charlie BLM, we already covered him, sorry. Seth, let's not forget the Calexit movement. As SCOTUS, expletive with our rights, California has always been ahead of. Senna Ryer, with the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if Calexit picks up steam again. So as you can see, that is all these comments. There were tons of them. We tried to show you a variety of them. You saw them zoomed in, but you could just see the red boxes there. About a third or fourth of the people saying, I remember Calexit. And then all these people we have no contact with, never heard of, don't recognize it, talking about our exact same talking points. So, Jason Wright. Many Californians are talking about Calexit on Twitter immediately after Roe v. Wade, as we have predicted many times that when America falls, Californians come running to Calexit with reckless abandon, like it's the gold standard. We don't know these people, and yet they popped up within days. And, you know, we also said that we never lost the market from February 2017 with 32% for Calexit and 47.5% open to the discussion, not 2/3 against, as the media said. And here we go, a fourth of these people saying, I remember Calexit, I never forgot. A lot of people.
Yeah, you know, it hits me that on the tails of one of what is possibly the hottest decisions ever handed down by the Supreme Court in the last, I'd say, 50 years. I did say ever, didn't I? Well, I don't know. Something tells me overturning Roe v. Wade was actually hotter of an issue than the original ruling on Roe v. Wade. So, yeah, the hottest ticket ever handed down by the Supreme Court. So, on the tails of this, we've got many Californians immediately. And yeah, you know, within the first couple of days for sure, but the moment that it came to light, I had nothing but nonstop Twitter notifications, people tagging Yes California's Twitter page and the Calexit Home Twitter page, both of which I manage. So, folks, if you've got Yes California or Calexit Home talking with you on Twitter, that's me, the CEO, the head of Calexit, this guy right here. So just know that your responses are being seen. I can't help but notice how much of California seems to want Calexit. And not just because of, you know, Roe v. Wade, but really, I mean, if it was just because of Roe v. Wade, then it probably wouldn't have been an immediate flood the moment that hit. It probably would have been a little more of a trickle and wouldn't have been like a tidal wave ever. Much like when Trump was elected. Now, we all knew before Trump got elected that things were going south. And that's why when he got elected, and we were all able to see that it's going to go much further south than it already has, we rallied together and started pushing for Calexit. Now, we've been told that there was this return to decency or whatever, and then, Biden's first comment when asked about, well, are you going to do something about the kids in cages over there? His response was, we're aware of the situation and what's going on there, and we have no intentions of doing anything with it. It's fine the way it is. Now, either he did not get the memo that children were being sexually assaulted, sold as property to families who wanted to adopt a little brown baby and look so progressive. The fact that children were being forcibly separated from their parents being sent back to their country of origin while the children are kept here, detained in cages. So either he never got that memo, or what's more likely, since he was the vice president who actually kind of started that whole thing of separate the kids, keeping the parents back, I think it's a little more likely that he never really was the return to decency that we were told. We were all lied to. I never bought it. I wasn't duped like that, but much of America was. Because, we like to be optimistic. We like to hope for the best. I personally constantly prepare for the worst, which is why I've always been in this Calexit thing. Now, all of that being said, all of that being pointed out, why is our governor playing around like he's about to announce that he's going to run for president of the United States of America? Why is Governor Gavin Newsom, who before could say something about California being a nation state, why is he nowhere to be found in this discussion? Why is it the second in command of California, Eleni Kounalakis, lieutenant governor, why is it she could come out and say something to the effect of, Californians, be ready to not listen to the federal government? Because, many Californians don't want to do what the federal government said, especially not on Roe v. Wade stuff. So why is it she can say it, he's nowhere to be found other than seemingly on a national presidential campaign trail? Why is it that all of these people seem to be able to recognize it was bad and going downhill, then it got worse and started heading plummeting downhill? Supposedly we were pumping the brakes and fixing the issue, and so we were going to be okay before smacking into the ground. But now we've got an update from the mechanics saying, no, there is no fixing this thing. It is going to smack into the ground into a big old fireball. Everyone's gonna you're not going to be okay. Why is it the people can see this, but our own governor cannot? Why is it the people seem to want to break away from the federal government and get out from under the boot of the tyrannical, and our governor kind of seems to want the exact opposite? Why is it the people feel disenfranchised from the federal government, yet our governor, who is currently up for re-election, by the way, our governor seems to be in love with the federal government of America? Why is this, people? Why is it that Calexit didn't happen before? Maybe it has something to do with, I don't know, the commander-in-chief of California, which, in case you didn't know, when you're governor of California, you don't hold one title, you hold two. You are the governor and commander-in-chief of California. So why is it our commander-in-chief seems to be so in love with that which we despise? We got no audio.
I was going to let you talk.
But a very detailed and nuanced memo that hit about 3 dozen areas that you wouldn't even think about when it comes to environmental policy, that are pretty profound, that at first will make you really nervous about a Trump administration. And our local leadership, this is a nation state. It's still, as you said, the 6th largest economy. Who knows? And we're certainly going to have to do it on issues of immigration policy. But that's California, right? That's the ingenuity. That's the current leadership. This is a nation state. It's still, as you said, the 6th largest economy in the world, $2.44 trillion. Your economy is close to 40 million people. It's a majority minority state. We're so uniquely positioned.
He just flippantly threw it in there.
That's why
this is a this is a that. It's a nation state. It's a.
You know, I support fighting.
This just smells of pander.
Well, do you see how many times he keeps looking over to the audience? So the audience, you'll notice his face and he keeps shifting his eyes over. So he's facing the interviewer and he keeps constantly looking his eyes over to the audience to see if what he's saying is tracking with them.
Yeah.
But check this out. This is the key moment.
I don't support walking away. No, I support fighting. I'm not going to let folks in the Midwest.
Take a look at those faces. I don't support Calexit. I don't support walking away. I support fighting. Can you show me one person smiling?
I'm smiling just because the reaction from the audience is so classic. That says right there the attitude that actually most of California has towards people like Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom and, you know, myriad others who just pander. And, you know, and like you said, he's saying something and then looking to see how it's tracking with the audience. That is a clear tell, like a poker tell.
Yeah.
That is a tell that what he is doing is panderous behavior. He doesn't mean what he's saying. He's testing it out. Oh, if I say this, will they vote for me? If I say that, would they vote for me? I don't care about what you're going to say, Gavin. I care about what you will or will not do for the people of California, one of whom is myself.
There it is. There's the constant looking over, pandering. And we showed you that clip just to let you know, this is when he says, I don't back Calexit. I don't support it. I don't want to leave. We should stay and fight. And the look on their face was, let me get there. That's right after he says, I don't believe in Calexit. I don't want to leave. We need to stay and fight. And he has that smile on his face. No one's smiling. Everybody looks serious or pissed off. I mean, look at those faces. That is some pissed off, dismayed. Nobody's backing up what he's saying at all. And that's on video. So maybe that has something to do with the way that he behaves now. I loved it when he said nation state and when we acted like a nation independent from the federal government under Trump. I love that. I thought that was great.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe now this informs some of his thinking of, you know, he'll push it up to the edge, but then he doesn't necessarily want to go all the way. And, you know, my question is, I mean, bro, you're supposed to represent the people. 32% said interested in Calexit, 47.5, almost half said willing to discuss. You couldn't acknowledge that at all. And then when you said I'm against Calexit, nobody backed you up. And by the way, that was the one and only one time where Newsom ever talked about Calexit publicly, maybe because he got spanked really hard that he never actually tried to do that again. I encourage anyone, find another time where after this time where he got spanked by the public that he ever tried that again. Never happened. So maybe that's why.
Yeah. And I think it's also worth pointing out, if somewhere close to half of California's voters are at least willing to have this discussion, to talk about it, to use our brains and think, right? Doesn't mean we have to do it. Just think about it. It's an option. Do we want to pursue it or not? The fact that, somewhere about half would actually be willing to have this discussion says that's actually a clear mandate on our governor to go ahead and, at least talk about it, at least allow there to be a discussion on it, rather than, say, I'm not interested in it, or go on to talk about how much he thinks he can fix America. If America liked California enough to listen to us, maybe California could fix America. But that's not reality, Gavin. What fairy tale do you live in?
I mean, how are we going to fix America? You got more Californians in the federal government than at any time in U.S. history. Nancy Pelosi, third in power. Kamala Harris, second in power. Javier Becerra and Mayorkas, along with many other people. And border walls still kids in cages. Immigrants still banned. Muslims still banned.
Roe v. Wade just overturned.
Roe v. Wade overturned. I mean, like, what exactly
inflation
did Californians do? What did they do to achieve California values? Because you have them all the way in there. We've had 2 years of this. What awesome California thing did they do in the federal government that wasn't going to happen if they weren't there? I can't think of one thing. In fact, I can see too many things.
Call me. Teacher, pick me. Teacher, pick me. Pick me, teacher. I know the answer.
Jason, right.
It's when Nancy Pelosi elbowed that little girl, right? To shove her out of the way so she couldn't be in the picture with her own mother who was getting sworn in.
Yeah. It's a good look for California.
Oh, wait, no. That is totally not Californian.
Yeah, I as a Latino, I try to not go emotional here, but as a Latino, I got to say, Mayorkas. Kamala came from California. She was asked about kids in cages, and she laughed about it and did nothing. And then Nancy also was third in charge and never brought up kids in cages, never criticized Joe Biden for doing it, and never fixed it, and never tried to do anything for it. And now we have video of Nancy pushing a small Latina. And then Becerra, Becerra was also there, and he was a major player here in California, and kids in cages, and no criticism of Biden. So I'm wondering, you got 4 different Californians in there. And it's still kids in cages, and you couldn't do anything to fix it at all. So I just got to ask you, as a Latin person, but really as a Californian, screw my Latino heritage. I mean, I don't mean that, but for a second, I'm going to get rid of my Latino heritage. And I'm just thinking as a Californian, and I'm asking you as a Californian, is that what we do? Latin kids in concentration camps continued with 4 well-represented Californians in high-ranking positions in the federal government, and none of them could criticize it, and none of them could fix that. Question to you, California, does that sound Californian?
Question to you, California. Do any of those actions that we've just mentioned, do any of them sound like anything you would do yourself? Do they sound like the actions that represent you and your thoughts and feelings, your beliefs, the way you treat people, the way you treat your own family? If not, then take this as the proof that when Californians go to work for the federal government, they cease to be Californians. Their interests are no longer that of the California people. They are that of whoever their new commander-in-chief is. And remember, governor of California is the commander-in-chief of California. Trump was never my president. And if you're a Californian, Trump was never your president. He was not your commander-in-chief. Not if you were a Californian. Unfortunately, that means right now, the guy who has refused to relinquish the emergency powers he appointed to himself so long ago, under the condition that he will give them back when it's time, long after multiple assembly members have said, hey, dude, Newsom, give up the emergency powers. This is not a dictatorship. It's California. That guy's our commander-in-chief right now. The guy who does not want Calexit. The guy who clearly wants to be on the presidential campaign trail. Who's smelling blood in the water because everyone knows if Biden is still alive, I hate to say it that way. I'm sorry. I don't mean any disrespect to the man. I've got my own personal beefs with him and whatnot. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Trump either. But if he is still alive at that point, it's pretty clear he's not capable of running the country now. Give him 2.5 more years. If he's still around, he's definitely not going to be running the country. Even if he is in office, someone else is going to have to run it for him.
Yeah.
And who's that going to be? More corporate interests, groups, lobbyists, and stuff? Almost slipped there. And see, that's how vehemently I feel about this. I cannot stand the way that America runs on money for your vote, for your power. Yeah. Your power means less than their money. That's what America says to us day in and day out through their actions. So as much as, yes, California does not promote or, I guess go against the slot of the governorship, me personally, just Jason Sean Richard Wright, the 36-year-old man born in Sacramento, raised up in gold country, I personally would love to see him gone and replaced with someone who will Calexit now. If you want that, you should make it known. Get out there, push that everywhere. Scream it from the mountaintops if you have to. Seriously, last time around, we got so big because of word of mouth. We all started talking. We talked with each other, we listened to each other, and we almost had it. We can do this. We can do it this time. We almost did it last time. We can do this, but it's going to take as many of us coming together as possible. Serious. If you want it, now is the time. Do not wait any longer. That one comment where the girl asked, is it too soon? And you said, no, the time is right.
It is not too soon. Yeah.
It's almost too late.
Yeah. If we're really real.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
It is coming close to.
I wanted to do another show. And I was wondering if you'd want to be on that. It's about how a secession vote in California would go.
Are you muted?
Oh, no. No, I'm not muted.
Oh, no.
Can you hear me?
I think my phone is having a hiccup.
Okay.
Did I take it a little too hard on Mr. Newsom there? Just kidding. I don't think Google is secretly tapped into my phone for our governor's purposes.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to end the show.
Yes.
but
yes,
I'm going to do
totally.
another show, and I want to invite you to that other show in about 5 minutes. Okay, great. We're going to end the show, and really just so that we try to give you bite-sized bits of information. So we're going to end this show. We'll do another show in just a minute. We're going to cover how a vote in California could go, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Talk to you soon.